Hello, Brett.
Yeah, I'm here. How you guys doing?
Good. All right, Brett, without further ado, we will open it up for questions.
Brett, what are your thoughts on getting a chance to come in here and learn from one of the great ones?
It's awesome. It's awesome. You know, it's a funny thing. Jonathan Franklin, a big brother of mine. You know, I used to ask him about Aaron Rodgers a lot, just how he is in practice, how he, is in the meeting rooms, and now I actually get a chance to be up and personal with it. So it's an awesome experience. You know, Daytona's there as well, and I'm ready to have some fun.
Are you disappointed that you weren't picked by a team where you'd get a chance to play and compete for a starting job in the next year or two?
Yeah, I'm blessed to be in this position and to get picked by Green Bay. Obviously, you always have expectations of going, number one or high in the draft, but everything happens for a reason, and that's how I look at it. And if I'm supposed to be here, this is where I'm supposed to be, and I'm gonna make the most of it.
How much contact did you have with the Packers during this process?
Excuse me?
How much contact did you have with the Packers during this process?
Talked to him at the combine, and that's about it.
Elliott Wolf said you made an impression on him in the interview at the combine with kind of talking about your offense and X's and O's. He called you a football nerd. Is that accurate?
Yeah, very, very much so. I love football. It's just sort of who I am and what's bred inside of me. I love being a quarterback. I love knowing everything about the game. I can sit here and watch film all day with you and just learn. I like knowledge, to put it like that. So if I don't know something, I want to know it. And I think that's the way I approach things. That's the way I approach football. So I think Green Bay is the perfect organization to learn as much as possible, and they have the best coaches to help me do that, and Aaron Rodgers.
You probably see the Packers play quite a bit. How do you think your game will translate into Mike McCarthy's offense and how Aaron plays the position?
I think it'll translate just fine. Obviously the questions that arose were coming from a spread offense, how to translate, or how will I translate into the NFL. But I have a lot of confidence in my abilities, and I know what I can and have to work on. And I think being able to translate is just learning terminology, understanding the game a little bit more in depth, and just growing more as a quarterback. And I think that's with everyone. So I have no worries about transitioning into the NFL. It's just, when I get down there, just got to start working, and that's about it.
Brett, what parts of your game do you feel like you have to improve the most, and how beneficial is it going to be for you to come into a situation where you're given the time to develop?
I think just one thing is learning terminology. I think that's a big part of the game. We call it one thing, and now Green Bay calls it another thing. It's just learning the terminology, understanding, their offense is different than what I ran. I haven't taken many snaps under the center, so I think that's something to get used to. And I think everything they do as far as run scheme, pass scheme, it's just all new terminology. So that's the first thing I got to dive into and really understand and learn everything I can.
How beneficial is it that you're given the opportunity here at Green Bay to come in and really develop as a young quarterback?
It's a blessing in disguise, and obviously I have a chip on my shoulder, and I'm coming into work, and that's what I've come down to. Is I'm just coming in, and I got my opportunity, and that's the way I look at it. It's a blessing in disguise. I'm where I'm supposed to be, and I know when I get there, I'm just going to continue to work and do what I've always done.
Hey, Brett, given that you fell to the fifth round later than you expected, do you at all think back to maybe what would have happened if you would have gone back to school and maybe improved your draft stock?
No. I felt like this year was the right time for me to come out. I played all the time I had it. Well, I had another year, but I think this was the right time for me to come out and leave UCLA. What we did as a team for the past couple of years that I was there was really inspiring and really helped that organization. But, it was time for me to move on, and I'm happy I did.
Coach Morris stole a lot of pro system offense for you?
No. We stuck to the spread game. Coach Mazzoni, that's what he's known for is that spread offense. He's a mastermind at it, and we stuck to it.
Brett, you come from a football family. Can you talk about that a little bit? Your father, your uncle?
Yeah, my uncle playing. Everybody in my family played football. My dad at U of A, my uncle at Wichita when they had a football team. But I'm around football. I've always been around football, all types of sports, basketball, track, but football has always been the main sport in our household. And so, just sort of growing up with that intensity, growing up being around the game, you sort of just get a natural understanding of the game. And like I said, I love knowledge. So keep, the continuing of learning is huge for me.
Kind of a little bit off topic, but you played Arizona State this year. Any thoughts on Demarius Randall, who Green Bay took in the first round?
Oh yeah, great player. I can't wait to see him. And he's a great player. And everybody Green Bay took is going to be a big time player for him.
Brett, I'm guessing you're on your cell phone, but have you gotten texts from Jonathan or Dayton yet?
Yeah. Jonathan was the first to text me. I still talk to him almost every day. I know he's at Notre Dame now, but he's doing well, and he was the first to text me. Dayton, he for sure texted me as well, and I can't wait to see him down there. And I talked to both of them a lot. Even in the off season when they were here at UCLA, I spent a lot of time with them and talked to them a lot. And I'm happy to get the chance to at least go up there with Dayton now.
Brett, you're a smart guy. When you're a major college quarterback, you deal with the media all the time, so you're smart enough to know what to say and what not to say. I know you said it's a blessing in disguise, but is there any part of you at all that is disappointed that you're going to a team with a two-time MVP and it's going to be tough to get a chance to play in the future? Aaron Rodgers is the greatest quarterback, one of the greatest quarterbacks. He's a quarterback that I look up to just because of how good he is. I've watched film on him. I think that was one of him and Russell Wilson are probably the two quarterbacks I watched the most film on this offseason. And to be able to learn from him and get that, I know he still has a lot of years to play, but, my job as a quarterback is to go in and compete and just play football and learn as much as possible. So that's what I'm going to do.
What can you do that other quarterbacks in this draft can't?
I think the one thing is just really understanding and learning the game. I feel like I have a tremendous upside, and I feel like the coaches at Green Bay can especially bring that out in me and teach me a lot. So I think that's the one thing is just the learning curve and understanding the game and really developing into what people call a prototypical quarterback at the NFL level.
Were you led to believe, Brett, by some teams, say in the second or third round, that you were going to be their draft pick?
I did believe, at some point in the second or third or the second day that I would be taken off the board. But like I said, things happen for a reason. I didn't go, and, I'm blessed now to be taken by Green Bay.
At what point over the past 2 days, not hearing your name called, at what point did it start to become especially difficult for you?
I think after the second day, obviously not hearing your name called on the second day, it's not to say you get disappointed, but your expectations are hurt. You expect to go then at least, and you don't. So then to sit around today and have to just wait and look and see quarterback after quarterback taken, it really just puts a chip on my shoulder. And I'm coming into work and be the best quarterback that I can be. But, like I said, I have a chip on my shoulder and I'm ready to work.
Did you just sit there watching all day, or did you find something else to do to kind of take your mind off things?
Yeah, after a while, I came in the room and started watching some Family Guy. But other than that, that's the only thing I had. I had a ping pong table as well.
Brett, did you even have a little bit of hope you'd go in the first round Thursday night?
Yeah. I wanted to be the number one pick. Obviously, that's always everybody's expectations. But I had a hope or at least an expectation to maybe go the first day. And obviously that didn't come true, or the second day. But like I said, I'm here. I got my opportunity, and that's all I asked for.